Okay, while he's setting this thing up, I'll just chat with you. You have all experts coming here and talking to you about uh, filmmaking process and everything, and most of you are students, so you know the technical part of it. So I'm not getting into any of those technical part of it. Okay, we'll make it very interactive. And what I'll also do is, in the beginning, I'll give you some share my experiences, in kind of about 10 points on how to be a debutant film director. That is, if anybody of you wants to make a film, it applies to also editors, it applies to cameraman, it applies to sound recordists, so it applies to everybody in terms of this. If you want to make it in India, I'm just talking of in India, and in India I'm talking of Bollywood, what are the kind of things you ought to be looking out for? So I'll speak on this issue, after which, say about half an hour or so, after which we'll get into some clips. I'll show you a clip of my film, which is a promo from a film. I also have organized some other clips of a couple of other movies, thriller movies in India, and ये बाद में लगाएंगे हम लोग उसको. So we'll do this, and then we'll discuss the clips, and throughout the talk, I'm open to anything. Anybody can ask something, anybody can do things. It's not a structured thing. At the end of it, you're supposed to ask a question which is not exceeding 60 seconds, and I am supposed to answer in 3 minutes. So let's forget all that stuff. Okay, we'll basically talk about this thing, and I'll just share with you what I think are basically tips which might be helpful for you when you get into Bollywood. Okay, to start off with, I think what we all need, and this could be some very general thing, is you need to have passion. Okay, it's very easily said. If I say be passionate, you should know what passionate means here. If you're getting into filmmaking, you need to be passionate. Now, what is passion? Passion, can somebody tell me anything? What is passion? What do you think is passion? Passion किसको बोलते हैं? कुछ करके दिखाना है, लेकिन क्या टाइप? I mean, there's passion is a word used very loosely. Lust is something, love is something. I'm using these words for filmmaking, I'm telling you. Passion, in my way of looking at, is that you watch girls might look at a guy, or a guy might look at a girl, and you'll fall in love, and it could be lust. It could last for a day, it could last for 2 days. Moment you're married to the person, you have to realize that you have to live with the person every day. Will your love or will your lust hang on for so many days? Will it last for so many days? Now, what I mean by passion is every day when you wake up, and if you want to be a filmmaker, and it remains in your brains, it remains etched in your mind कि साला हाँ आज भी मेरे को filmmaker बनना है, कल भी उठूंगा तो filmmaker बनूंगा. Whenever I get up, you're not bored by the thought. It excites you. You're not bored by the thought that ki today I am a filmmaker, tomorrow I want to be a model, third day I want to be an actor, fourth day I want to be something else. You don't change your path there. If you are able to maintain this day in and day out, then that is called passion, and it can be for anything. I'm not just saying for filmmaking, but since we're talking about filmmaking, I say that you need to have passion for films. Now, passion for films are two types of films. We all know that films is something on which everybody, I'm sorry to say this, is like assholes. Everybody has an opinion. Film के बारे में कहीं भी बात करो, you talk to anybody, everybody has an opinion on films. It could be a father, it could be a grandmother, it could be an uncle, it could be a milkman, it could be the guy you meet on the track. Everybody has an opinion on films. They will tell you what's right with the film, what's wrong with the film. Okay, so when it comes to passion, everybody is passionate about films, but as a profession, for something for you to do day in and day out, do you have it in you? And this nobody can answer except yourself. You have to ask that question ki when I get up, ki today, okay, I want to be an editor. Shit, I haven't edited anything for the last 6 months. Do I still want to be an editor? Why don't I try joining a call center, for instance? I'll get the money. Or why don't I do something else? Okay, forget editing here. I think there's more chances of bloody handling the camera. So let me get into the camera section. I want to be a camera person. 3 months later down the line, no, yeah, I think sound is better. That's not passion. That I'm saying you're drifting. You need to have one simple goal, whatever it is. I'm talking of filmmaking, and you need to stick to it. If you have that every day, that is the first step to be a filmmaker. It should excite you. I worked with Ram Gopal Verma. He gets up in the morning. He gets up at around 7:30, 8 o'clock in the morning, and the first thing he does is puts on his DVD, he watches a film, he watches something else, he'll watch a promo of a film, he'll watch some songs. He sleeps at around 2 o'clock in the night. Till then, he's discussing films or working on films. He doesn't have a life. He doesn't need to have a life at that. And even whatever he does, even if he's going to bed, he'll go with a bed with somebody with the film industry, somebody somewhere. So his life is to do with films. So, and he's passionate about it. The man he's not involved in building a house and saying, okay, I need to get this thing done or something else. It's only films that, that get into him. So, have passion of films. Second, learn the craft, which all of you are doing. The fact that you are at the Digital Academy means that you're learning a craft. Now, the craft could be anything. It could be, as I said, editing machine, whether you're sitting in FCP, whether you're sitting on a sound recorders, whether it's mixing. Craft is something which you're learning. Okay, you can learn this craft even without being here. There must be a reason why you guys have come here, because you think there's something which you learn here which you'll not learn outside. You could learn the craft of filmmaking just by watching films, and a lot of people have done this. A lot of people never went to a digital academy or any of the institutions to learn, but they just watched films. And there's a difference between watching films when you're passionate about them to be a filmmaker and watching it like your mother or your sister or your brother does. They'll watch a film and say, okay, this is fine, that was damn good, that was boring. But when you as a student watch a film, there's something about it which excites you. Whatever your favorite film, there should be something that excites you. So you start wondering, why does it excite me? Why does it film at that moment I feel very emotional about it? Why does that moment, if I turn off the volume and if there's a problem with my DVD player, don't I get emotional about that scene? Then you probably listen and you say, okay, maybe the audio is playing subconsciously in your mind and creating something, emotions. So what happens is, you are learning the craft not in a studio, not in a school, not anywhere else. You're learning it by watching a film. You can do that. So you can learn it here, you can learn by watching the film, or after you pass through from here, you will learn it by assisting somebody. Like I didn't learn filmmaking kind of stuff, but I learned because I had done television for a long time. I know. Okay, I learned a lot of stuff by assisting Ram Gopal Verma. Okay, so you can learn by assisting, you can learn at school, you can learn by watching films. So the second point, first passion, second, learn the craft. Third is, you need to hone your skills. I mean, these are very, you might think, kya bol raha? I have been here for 6 months, I have learned so much, I know Dolby Mix, if you put me second track, I know BGM level, I need to give it at this dB level, or you'll say, okay, when shooting I need to use this. Those are all very technical stuff, which is great. But I'm saying, get to your basics. The third is, hone your skill. Whatever it is, if you're a writer, you need to write.